Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to NBA Juicecast. Hey, everybody. I'm Steve Shelman. I'm the founder of PropJuice. And what I wanted to do today is kind of preview the NBA Cup games for tonight on this cast, introduce some prop bets for the night, and just kind of show you what's going on inside our app, maybe some new features that we have going on and everything else. So without further ado, let's jump into the games tonight. So tonight, we got sorted by money line, top picks to win. So we've got the Raptors winning. It should be no surprise. The Raptors are going to win. Cavaliers, we have them winning. We have Boston beating Brooklyn. We have OKC winning. We've actually got an upset with Phoenix. We can check into that a little bit. We've got Dallas beating New Orleans. We've got the Rockets beating Denver. So that's probably the best game of the night, or one of the best games of the night. The Indiana-Cleveland game should be pretty good with Mathurin back. And then so I think that's probably the two best games of the night. Portland, Golden State could be good. Portland, sometimes they just lay an egg lately. I guess the same could be said of Golden State. They're kind of in and out. We'll take a look at who's playing, projected lineups, and all that kind of stuff. We got Miami and Chicago as well. That's probably a really good game. So I think Denver, Houston, Miami, Chicago, and Indiana, Cleveland are probably the three games of the night, even though we kind of got some blowouts here with the Indiana game. I mean, they're favored by 14. So I just think Indiana gives Cleveland a good run every time, depending on how healthy they are. And we got Ben Mathurin coming back. So I think that should bode well, at least for the Pacers. So yeah, we can check out these games. So we've got most of these teams cover. I mean, they're really big spreads. So we got like a 12-point game here. So we've got covering 15 or 10-point game here. But we've got the Raptors winning this game with a 0.75 probability. We also have Cleveland beating Indiana. Again, we've got a cover on this, like 8-point game. In consensus, our biggest line is 9 or 10. We also have Brooklyn and the Celtics. I took a money line on the Celtics last week on one of these games, and it bit me. You just never know with the Celtics. But we got a 72 compared to an 88, so we got a closer game than maybe the book thinks on this one with the Nets coming. I mean, Boston is at home, but sometimes they just don't play very well at home, to be quite honest. So we've also got OKC should take care of business with Utah. It's their first matchup of the year. We got Utah winning one of these, which I think is a little odd. We got OKC. We got the Jazz covering 17. OKC got covered a couple days ago by a bad team. Was it Charlotte that covered them? So you never know with them. I mean, they're a really good defensive team. They're going to win this game, but you never know if they're going to get covered. That's my personal opinion anyway. Let's see. We got Phoenix beating Minnesota tonight. We got some mix and match models here. So the market has Minnesota heavy favorite. They only have the Suns with a 40% chance to win. We give the Suns a 60% chance to win. We've got the Suns winning this game by 6 and 3 and 3. And we've got Minnesota winning this game by a point. So think about that in terms of the road game. Who's playing? McDaniels is questionable, but Edwards is supposed to play. Mark Williams is questionable for the Suns. But everybody else should be playing. Allen's still out. That's a good 15 to 17 to 20 a game, depending on what he puts out. So he's out tonight. So pay attention to your expected lineups and your injury reports as you bet these games tonight. Portland, Golden State. We got Golden State winning this game, but we have one of the models showing Portland win this game. They haven't been in the ballpark lately, though, of games. I think their defense has been really horrible lately. Shaden Sharp is expected to play, and so is Drew Holiday. He's been out. So did not play in Wednesday's 19 game against the Bulls, but is expected to play perhaps today's day-to-day. And then we've got Sharp and Avi and Klingon. They'll all start. And then we got Curry, Will Richard, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond over here. We've got Kuminga is still out. I think he's the glue that that makes Golden State go. So with him out, they could lose this game. It's possible. Even though we've got for the most part, we have Golden State winning this game. And then the last game on the docket is a really good game between Miami and Chicago. We've got the Bulls winning this game. We've got the Heat covering. I'm probably going to take the Bulls money line. And then I'm probably going to take some props in this game. There's just too many to ignore. A new feature we have in PropJuice, you can click on just the team, so you'll get just the Chicago Bulls props for the game if you're just a Chicago Bulls fan or you just want to focus on the Bulls. Or you can take both teams and look at all of their props within the game, and then you can sort by prop type. So my favorite props to start with are points, rebounds, assists, threes, and I like combos, points, rebounds, and assists, okay? Then I'm going to go up here. I'm going to sort by probability, and that's going to give me my top probability picks of the night. So Ware had a hell of a game last night. It's a back-to-back. I don't know if he's going to have another great game, but, I mean, let's see, what did he do last night? Champagny had 20. Fox had 20. Oh, I'm thinking of Keldon Johnson. Sorry, my bad. Ware from Miami. So they did not play last night. So my bad. I was thinking about Keldon Johnson. Keldon Johnson had a game last night for the Spurs. Wrong team. My bad. So anyway, you can kind of check out across the game. Let's go back to Ware and Adebayo. Points, rebounds, assists, combos. Okay, so let's check out his rebound prop. So going over 10, we got an 87% chance for him to go over 10. And you can see from his trends, he's had 12 and 20 and 13. And his lowest in the last 5 games or so lowest in the last 5 games is 10. So to go over 10 tonight, I think is a pretty safe bet. He's only had this one under. So you could even dial him back, though, to 8. And that's a 90% bet and put him on a parlay. So 8 rebounds for Keldon Ware looks pretty good. 8 to 9, Bam Adebayo, you give him a steal, it's 81%. Let's see what his steals look like over time. He's been under the last 2 games and over the 2 prior. So under the last 2, under 2 anyway. But he's on the up and up. That doesn't look promising to me. I would not take that. Trey Jones, over 9 points. Let's see. We got a 80% chance of him going over 9, and he's been over 9 with the exception of 1. So, again, you could dial him back to 8 if you wanted to with Ware. Put them both on a 2-leg parlay. It's probably even money or more, and take your chances on both of them. On Trey Jones points and Khalil Ware's rebounds props. Nikola Vučević, we got him going over 2 threes. Let's see how many times he's gone over 2 threes lately. Over the last 3 games, he's had 3, 2, and 5. Man, he had 5 threes against Portland in the last game. His trends are taking a minute to come up to render, but he's only been under, like we see here in this table, the 1 time in the last 5 games. So that might be a safe bet. And he was only under, well, he didn't get any. So you might put him on for 1 3-pointer if you want to add him to the Khalil Ware, or you want to take your chances at 2. Again, 80% chance there for him hitting 2 based on the model, or I should say 76% chance. Giddey, he's been playing really good defense. I think he's been under the last 3 times, though. So he's only got the over the last couple of times. Remember, he's coming off injury. So he played 9, 11, 13. He had this little gap between 13 and 17 where he was out. He came in and got a steal. He got 2 steals in his first game back. Didn't have any steals in the last game. So he's probably due, if you want to think about it that way. All right. Let's see. Davion Mitchell, steals. Let's get rid of steals. Let's get points, rebounds, assists, and these combos. And let's go points, rebounds, assists here. Okay, so we got Adebayo under 10 rebounds. Let's go to overs. I like to look at overs first. What are my top overs? Okay, yeah. Desumo has been playing really good. Let's see what his chart looks like. Yeah, he's had 3 overs, only got 1 under in the last few games. Over 12.5, you could put him in at 10. In the last, 6 games, he hasn't scored under 10 points. He seems to be on a little bit of a streak. I got to fix this. We need to have, it needs to hold whatever I had sorted on when I go back. Let me try a different way to go back. Oh, Kobe White. 4 boards. Let's see what his boards are like. Under. Okay. Nope. I wouldn't take that. I like to look at some trends where he's on the up and up, right? I don't necessarily like when he's going down to try to take his over. Even though the average might support it, the model's not supporting that, and the trend is definitely down. Ware. So over 11 points. So 10 points. I don't like that. He didn't score. What did he score? 6? 7. He scored 7 in the last game. So So he only scored 7 in the last game. He's got this under. We don't have this table updated. So this is 11-18 versus New York. We don't have 11-20 versus Golden State. So that's a glitch in the system that I'm seeing, because I was like, why does this say over and this is under? This is the 2 games ago. This is 1 game ago. So he did have this under last game. So that's a little bit concerning after having all these. He did go down and come back up. So this could be his floor. So you might take a shot on him coming back up. So what does that mean? Well, that means that if we look at him totally, I bet he's good for a double-double. Yes, 52%. So that's what I thought. So even though he didn't have one last game, he's had a double-double the last 4 out of 5 games, and we're predicting him to have another one tonight with 52%. I mean, if you just look at his rebounding prop and his points prop, we got him going over 10 boards, and we got him going over 10 points. So you could combine these and take him for a double-double. That would probably be my bet. I'd probably put him on a double-double with like Nikola Jokić and Şengün. Let's see who else might have a double-double. Let's see. I bet Şengün is up for a double-double tonight. Let's see. Double-double. Yep, 70%. He's had a double-double in the last 5 games. I think are we off? No, we got 11-20 on him. So this table's up to date. We got 11-20 on him. His last 5 games, a double-double. Let's see who else. Jokić is always good for a double-double. He's probably good for a triple-double tonight. He hadn't had one in a while. He's 86% to go for a double-double tonight. And let's see what Jokic's probability for triple-double is. That's his rebounds and assists. Let's look at his triple-double first. Double-double. He must be under, and I've got over. Let's give him all picks. And we'll come down triple-double. Yep, he's under. He's only got a 30% chance to go for a triple-double, even though he's had a triple-double the last 3 nights. It's interesting. And then if you look at his points, rebounds, and assist prop, my bad, I went to the wrong place. I wanted to go back to Jokić. If you look at his points, rebounds, and assists, which I clicked on a second ago, got him going over 51. So let's just think about this. Let's say he has 25 points. Then he's got to have 10 boards and 10 assists, right? That's 35, 45 to get to 51. Even though he went under 50 last game, he had a triple-double, right? So he didn't get his points at 28 or 29 or 30. He only had 25 or 23 or whatever. See what his points have been doing. I think he's been up and up on the points. He started the season out slow where he wasn't scoring 25. You know, you could barely count on him to score 20. But recently he's been up. See, look, he's coming out of beginning of November at 21, and then he kind of gets on this little heater where he's at 32, where he's above, where he hits 30, right? He's 34 and 33. And, he drops a little bit there at 26, but pretty much he's been over 30 points a game. He's in that 27 range. There he is at 27, 36. And then he only scored 28 in the last game. So if you look at this and how it kind of ebbs and flows, I would think he's probably back up in the up, or he's at least 25. So we got what's his probability to go over 28? We got a 77% chance to go over 28. If you drop that to 25, it's almost 86% chance to go over 25. I don't know what the juice is on that. Not a lot, I'm sure. But if you took him at 25 and a triple-double, that'd be a nice little two-leg parlay or something like that. Or you can take his points, rebounds, and assists at over 50. So we're projecting him at 59. We're projecting him to have 60 tonight. 78% chance he goes over 51, over 50. Like if you just take over 50, it's 86% chance. That's crazy. He's a player, man. Okay. Let's check out a different game. We've been focused on Jokić a lot here and triple doubles. Let's see. Oh, let's do King of the Court. Now let's do King of the Court real quick. He's going to be it. So yeah. So again, he's projected to go over 50 with a 78% probability. So he's looking like your King of the Court tonight. If you wanted to bet that on DraftKings, if they have any promotions on King of the Court tonight, Şengün is looking to go over 40 points, rebounds, and assists, followed by Markkanen at 32 and Mitchell at 38. I guess he would be next, but he's only got a 57% probability to go over 38. He's been inconsistent lately. SGA under 43. We got unders for him tonight on our models, which is kind of interesting. If you look at him from a points perspective, we don't have him scoring 30 tonight, which is probably the first time in a while. We got him going under 30 and a half, man. And so if you take him at 25, probability goes over 25 is 73%. Probability goes over 30 though is like 48. So we got him between 25 and 30 tonight in terms of points. And he should have steals too. He's been playing really great defense lately. He's got 80% chance to get 2 steals tonight. I got him in for 2 steals. 25 points and like Thunder minus 5.5. I just did a little small spread based on what I saw. Based on what I saw in the spreads. I'm seeing the Jazz plus 11 in one of our fairly accurate models. So I did minus 5.5 based on the consensus. I even went probably even violated my own rule here and took minus 5.5 instead of minus 4.5. So anyway, that's what I did. Took a minus 5.5. They're at Utah. Thunder have only lost 1 game. They got to lose more than 1 game. So it's possible Utah beats them tonight. But SGA's rested. I mean, yeah, he played the full game against the Pelicans, but the last 4 games, I think he's been out in the fourth quarter, not playing. I know because I've bet him to score 25 points, and one he didn't get. He only scored 23, and I lost my bet. So, if they rest him in the fourth, man, that's when it sucks. It could be a blowout against the Jazz. But the Jazz have been playing really good. I mean, let's look at Keonte, George, and Markkanen tonight. I mean, we already talked about Markkanen going over 33 in terms of points, rebounds, and assists. If you look at his points, man, he's over 25 just about every game. From recollection anyway. So, we got 80% chance for him to go over 25 tonight. And he's been over in the last 4 games. I'm sure the trends will render here at some point, but yeah, he's been over in the last 4 games. So he's on an uptick. He did have a down game last time, so, he come up. I think Keonte George had the game, though, of the night, man. So he only had 31 only, right? But let's go look at George. If we go back, let's just take Keonte here. He's been on a heater. I mean, he came out in the first half of the last game that I watched him play, and I think he hit just about every three he threw up. Let's see on threes. What do we got going for threes here? Over 2.5 tonight. Got a 60% or 56% chance. He hit 5. Yeah, it was the Laker game. He hit 5 against the Lakers. They just gave him way too much space. He was only projected to hit 2, and he hit 5. He's been over the last 3 games. If you want to look at his points, take a look at all his props. We got him going over 25.5 points and assists. That's probably, he could go over 25 points, so that's a nice bet, right? Because he could go over 25 points just like anybody. We have him projected at 24, right? So we've got him projected at 24. We give him a 72% chance to go over 20. So if you want to dial this back, though, to like 18, let's see what that is, 17.5, 18, somewhere in there, 76%. And then you could also take him on like 2 threes. And then you could take him on points and assists, perhaps, So up to you what you want to do. This is probably, I don't know what the juice is on this. This is probably, let's see what the odds are. Minus 108. Yeah. The over's minus 122. So there's a little vig on it. But yeah, I would maybe take that 122 versus what's his points priced at? 130. Yeah, I would take the 122 points and assists at 25. Here's his assists. We got him going over 6.5 assists. We got a 54% chance. So if you say he's going to score 20 points and have 5 assists, that would be 25. And that's 74% chance to get 5 assists. And then his points was, to get 20 points was 70%. So both of them are above 70. You can parlay those two together and take a shot independently. So Keonte George's been playing really well. Markkanen's been playing really well. You can pencil in SGA for 20 if you want to, he's got 63, 65 games in a row or something like that, where he scored 20. I think he probably has 25 in this game. I probably think he has 30 in this game, but it's that whole, are they blowing him out and he sits, right? You got to watch that these days with him. And that's where you might want to check out AJ Mitchell. So, AJ Mitchell has been on a tear. This guy, you might even ask yourself, if SGA was hurt, would they still be winning? Oh, he's been under lately. Okay. All right. That's interesting. I guess I remember these games where he was just, lighting it up. He had 21, and then he had 18, and he had 21, and he had 17. Anything above 15 to me for AJ Mitchell's massive contribution, right? When you can put SGA on the bench and get 14 out of him, I know they play simultaneously together as well, but he got a lot of fourth quarter minutes in a couple of these games, probably these 2 games here. Well, so it was the Charlotte game. Huh. Okay. I thought that he might have gone off in the Charlotte game, but he last went off versus Golden State. I do remember that. All right, so he's probably an under tonight, perhaps. Isaiah Joe, he's been on a tear with threes, so we could put him in. Let's see what his threes look like. Over 2.5. Yeah, we got him going over 2.5. He was under last game, but we got a 52% chance of going over. You could put him in for 2 threes. Over 1.5 is a 73% chance. So he's had 3. Or he had 4. Then he only had 1. Then he had 4 again. Then he only had 1. So he's good for 4, right? He went from 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, back up to 3 or 4, right? So I might take his over tonight, especially against the Jazz, who will also be shooting threes, and you might have to match their threes if they hit a lot of threes. As Keonte and Markkanen shoot a lot of threes, if they start hitting a lot of threes, we might have some problems in Utah. That's where the game is for OKC. So yeah, we've been over a lot of games. We've been over a lot of player props. Again, if you're looking for what the best action of the night is, I don't know what your favorite prop type is, but you can always pick your favorite prop type, like points. I would, if you want to know who's going to score the most in the league, sort by projection. There you got Jokić. He's going to be your high point scorer according to us tonight. We got him projected at 36, followed by Markkanen at 34, Sharp at 30, Curry at 29, SGA at 29, Mitchell at 29, Powell at 28, Kevin at 27, Mathurin, he's back, 27, Denny at 26, Brown at 26, and Porter at 25. So literally you could take all these guys over 25, right? Well, Benedict Mathurin's only 21, 22. You could literally take all these guys for over 25 minus Ben and just put him over 20. And that would be a huge killer parlay with everybody over 66% of hitting. Now, I encourage you though to not just look at these cards and go, "Oh man, that's a big probability, 25." Yeah, let's take a look at this, right? Let's look at the trends here, right? We got 3 overs in a row. We got this probability here. Like, are we more comfortable with 70? Do we want to take them back to 18, right? And we go over 18 on a parlay? Because 3 games ago or 4 games ago, he only scored 21, but most of the time he's been over. He's got 21, 24, 34, and 25. So I just encourage you not to look just at the card and make a decision, but really drill down into all the information that we're trying to give you so you can make a better decision. And then soon we're going to have another view down here for the NBA where we look at the defense based on the player. So if we jump over to the NFL, I'll show you what that's going to look like. We just finished that up this week. So let's look at receiving yards for somebody like Smith and Jigba. And so what we got a new view that we're going to be putting in for the NBA as well. And there's still some bugs and some missing data. So we're tracking down some missing data where we don't have data. But these are the opposing defenses and what they hold on average the opposition to in terms of passing yards or receiving yards. However you want to think about that, right? Passing and receiving should be the equivalent at the end of the game. So the purple bar is what the defense holds them to, and then the blue is this player's performance over those games versus those teams. Okay, and so if they let the idea is that if defenses allow a higher number of passing yards, then the receiver might get a higher number of passing yards. Whereas if they allow a lower number of passing yards, they're more of an elite passing defense, then you'll get fewer passing yards. And so it's not always the case. And I just chose this randomly to kind of give you an idea, but you do see that this is lower than these two up here, right? Which have more, but this one's not as, you would expect this to be as high too. So it's not a 90% correlation or anything, but we're working through it. We're going to add data points, and then we're going to have the forecast out here where we have the projection and then who they're playing against. So what does that defense allow and who are they playing against? We'd like to get more disaggregated. This is at the team level and this is at the individual level. If we can get at the individual level through like PFF or some other kind of stats, we're looking into that as well so that we can really improve kind of what we're doing in this visualization and through our models. But again, that's coming soon to the NBA where you'll be able to check out the defense when you specifically are looking at players and what they might score. So again, you can sort by projection. That'll give you who's going to give you the highest point totals in the league tonight, or you can sort by probability. And this is going to give you what we think the highest probable props are. And that's across all props. And then you can filter this down to, I just want to look at threes. And let's just put a 3-point, prop together. We could say, or parlay together. Say Brandon Williams under 2 threes, Barnes under 2, Booker over 3, Edwards over 4, Garland under 3, Shea over 2, right? That would be kind of a 6-leg parlay where everything's under 78. Now, again, don't just take these for what they are. Look at them. Make sure you don't have a bunch of unders. We have a bunch of unders. Are we going for the under? Yeah, we're going for the under. So that makes sense, right? I would say look at, we were on threes, right? So, you might just take the overs here. So you got over 2 for SGA. So again, I had all the picks where you could do over under. If you just want to look at overs, you got SGA, Mathurin, Klay Thompson, Markkanen, Jalen Tyson, Vučević, Siakam, Jabari Smith. Jokić has been hitting some threes. Şengün hits a couple of threes every game, right? You got Quickly, same team, or I'm sorry, different team. Quickly, he's been a terror on the Raptors lately. He's been averaging like 15, 16, 17 points. He had a big game a couple of games ago. Dort, he's back from injury. He hit a couple the other night, so maybe he's back. Let's see, check out his. Yeah, he's over for 2, but was under going in. So yeah, just encourage you to take a look at these probabilities. If you're a points guy, Markkanen over 25, Sharp over 20, Nikola over 25, Keonte George over 18, and then Najee Marshall over 8 or 9. Right? Again, one rung down on these gets you 80% probabilities times 4 or 5 legs. So I encourage you to kind of look at that. So with that in mind, hopefully we have a good night tonight. We had a great night last night. I mean, like I said, Keldon Johnson for the Spurs went off last night. He had 25 points alongside Fox's 26, and they got the win. The Grizzlies trounced the Kings. Aldama had 29. Coward added 19. So that was a kind of a nice game. Levine and DeRozan had 7 points, and Levine had 26, but he took a while to get there. He's only 4 of 8 on threes. He seems to be on a little bit of a slump lately. Anthony and Suggs went off for the Banchero-less Magic. Suggs had 23. De Silva had like 17. Wagner added another 20, and they got the win. And then, Maxey had 54. That was just a killer game. So that's why I got the Maxey. I'm owed to Maxey today. The overtime win, the 54 points. And Rollins tried to make it a game, man. I mean, that guy's playing lights out this year for the Bucks. He's a really nice addition to that team. He put on a little bit of a show. Let's see, what did he have last? He had 32. So Maxey outshined him with 54, but Rollins had 32, man. Not a bad showing. So hopefully we get some good games tonight. You never know who's going to go off in the association, who's going to have a 50-point game tonight. So good luck out there with your wagers, and appreciate you guys tuning in. And we'll talk to you soon. See you next time on NBA Juice. Remember, go over to PropJuice.ai, sign up for our subscription, get 10% off with the code SKYBOX10. Again, PropJuice.ai, AI worth the squeeze.